The Citroen Ami gives a taste of tomorrow's world. A new way to pop to the shops, zip around town, and maybe even drive to your desk. It's a tiny electric car designed to thread through crowded city centres and fit into the tightest parking spaces that oversized SUVs would have to ignore. The curious push-me, pull-you styling masks a car half the size and weight of a Ford Fiesta, making it perfect to drive into parts of the city that other cars simply cannot reach. It's no wonder that the Ami draws comparison with the 2CV, that most famous of Citroens. I can't think of two more idiosyncratic cars that are bursting with national character. Citroen is at its best when it makes think different cars that are democratically priced and that do things a little bit differently to the mainstream. Now, the 2CV was conceived to mobilise the masses after the Second World War. There are no airs or graces in here. It's pared back and simple in here, very much a workhorse, just like the modern day Ami. It's very, very simple in here. There's no central locking, no carpets, no radio, no switchgear really. It's all about back to basics motoring. Minimum fuss, minimum cost. Now the Ami is designed to be as cheap as public transport, which is probably why it's made out of what feels like Lego. It's very basic in here. There's no rear view mirror, there's not even a boot on board, but frankly it's all you need. Now in France, where this car is already on sale, you can actually drive it age 14 because it's classified as a quadricycle. That means you don't need a driving licence. Now, the last time I checked, teenagers weren't very affluent. And that's because this car is all about back to basics, cheap motoring. Now Citroen has designed the Ami as a shared mobility tool. It's a car you can pick up and rent from, a bit like a Boris bike really, from as little as 25 pence per mile. If you buy one outright, it will cost you about £5,500. But in France they will do a finance deal which takes it down to as little as £17 a month, which is extraordinary really. But the small print, you do have to put £3,000 down first. Will it come to the UK? No official word yet, but it's looking quite likely after 8,000 Brits, progressive types up and down the UK, expressed an interest in one. Now the Citroen Ami is fully electric. You've got around 8 brake horsepower, 8 chevaux to play with, and that means the performance is quite sluggish, which will be familiar to owners of Citroen 2CVs. What does it mean? Well, there is no 0 to 60 time because this car is capped at 28 miles an hour. You think of the accelerator really as a binary switch, as either on or off. You actually just pin to the floor most of the time to keep up with traffic. However, do remember the Citroen Ami really is best enjoyed in an urban environment. There's only a 5.5 kilowatt hour battery. Now that adds up to a range of around 43 miles as claimed. It's a pretty reliable range. It will actually do that, which is nice to have a range like that. But really folks, don't take it outside onto A and B roads. The motorway would be illegal, it's not fast enough. You know where this car's strengths are, and they are in the city. That's the thing about the Citroen Ami. It's a specific tool for a very specific job. Around town it shines, where its lack of creature comforts and speed don't matter a jot. It's a typically bold Citroen. Car Magazine's LJK Set Right called the original 2CV the most intelligent application of minimalism ever to succeed as a car. And we'd argue that the modern day Ami takes a similar approach to motoring in the 2020s. Now, it might have many failings compared with a conventional car, but seen as a step up from a bicycle or a scooter as a means of getting around town, now then the Ami really starts to make a bit of sense.